Hey, thanks for stopping in. This is Short Talks with Mike. A few of the earlier ones you might have seen, I put a little intro in front. These are just off the cuff from some reading I'm doing. I just want to share an idea. And this one is called Concerning the Permitted and the Forbidden. And it's based on this book by Rabbi Steinsaltz. And I bring out a couple things for you to think about. And it has to do with things that are forbidden. The fact that it is a forbidden act places it in the category of the three unclean shells from which there is no simple and easy way back. Now, the unclean shells he's talking about is in the Zohar. It says, as you perform evil, if you do, eventually you're going to have a shell, it's called klippot in Hebrew, form around you that positive energy, goodness, whatever, cannot penetrate. And you don't want that because that's going to lead you straight to Satan. And it's caused by our desire to react to evil inclination. That means we like to do bad things that are forbidden. And there are certain traditions and rituals that are set up for us, both in Judaism and Christianity, and probably every world religion, to identify those things that are forbidden and to get us out of it, because we're going to fall into it from time to time. You know, the Talmud tells us that Jerusalem and the Second Temple were destroyed because the people lived by the letter of the law and not by the spirit of the law. Well, that's an interesting point that Steinsaltz brings up, and it takes me back to especially Christians watching the time of Jesus, because there were two different views of Torah and the law. The house of Shammai believed in the letter of the law. The way it's written is what you do. The house of Hillel, on the other hand, said it's the spirit of the law that matters. So it's a different way of interpreting. Do we interpret it word for word, or do we interpret what God's intent was? I like reading the Gospels because I believe Jesus showed us the spirit of the law and how to deal with it in that respect. So you have to decide, are you following the letter of the law or the spirit of the law? And you have to determine what that is. And if you're not sure what it is, get someone to help you that understands that the writings were done by Semitic people. They were done in an allegorical, metaphorical way. And there are times where there are statements written in the Torah, which are the first 5 books of the Bible, that are purely allegorical, and they're not meant to be followed letter by letter by letter. The bottom line of it becomes where you think you are on that scale. You know, we say the Bible is canonized. And when we say that, it really means that different denominations, especially Christianity, pull out sections they like and they get rid of sections they don't like. Well, they don't take it out of the Bible, don't get me wrong. They just never talk about it. For example, if you go into the 3-year lectionary and look up James, I think you see one passage. And usually most preachers just skip it. It's too difficult to deal with because people get very angry about it. And yeah, it has to do with money. By not looking at that passage and seeing what the spirit of the passage is, we're missing out on what God's trying to tell us and what Jesus is trying to tell us about living a good life. Well, think about that next time you decide, yeah, I don't like that passage in the Bible, I just won't ever read it again. Now, I hope that this short talk helps bless you in some way, shape, or form. And I'm happy and blessed that you're listening to it. Take care, and as always, shalom.